Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. Nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Well, actually, not very well, doctor. I've got this headache, and I'm really concerned this might be something to do with a brain tumor or something. So I was wondering if you can request a CT scan for me.
Tell me more about your headache, about the patterns and where exactly it is it, and when it did it start.
Um, so which one should I say first?
Tell me more. Only tell
Okay.
me more about your headache.
Okay. Well, it started about 3 months ago. I've had this headache once every week or every 2 weeks. And well, I've been very stressed at work, but yeah, when it starts, I can't do anything. It's so bad, and I feel sick, and I just have to just lie down and sleep to get better.
Okay. And where exactly is it? One side or?
Yes, it is mostly on the right side of my head, and yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
feels like a throbbing pain.
Oh,
I
it's
was
throbbing pain.
thinking, at first I was thinking this might be migraine, but then I searched the internet, and they said if you have a new headache, it might be a brain tumor. So that's why I think I need a CT scan.
Okay, and do you get any other symptoms with it?
Um, well, get a little bit irritable, and yeah, and I cannot stand any noise or any light or anything. I just need to go to a dark room and just lie down and sleep.
Okay, let me see if I can remember everything you said that. Okay,
Okay.
you have had a headache for the last 3 months ago, and you have this kind of headache is unilateral, is in one-sided, is a throbbing pain, and you have every 2 weeks this pain, and this pain is gets worse with the stress, and it gets better when you're lying down in a dark room. And Is it right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. From what you said, I suspect that you might have a migraine. Do you know about migraine before?
Oh, yes, I read about this in the internet, and they said, well, um, this headaches might seem to be a migraine, but it might be, in fact, it might be a brain tumor. So that's why I think I need a CT scan.
Yeah. The pattern of the migraine with the pattern of the headache of the brain tumor is completely different. Your pain is one side is a throbbing pain, and it is triggered by stress and a feeling of tiredness. Is completely matched with a migraine headache, and this typical treatment for your condition is that the first using painkiller and get medication for feeling sick and lying down in the dark room, and after that you got feel better. Is that enough, and there is no need for more further investigation or something like that? How do you feel about this?
So why not do a CT scan to make sure it's not a brain tumor?
I understand why you want to do a CT scan, but there is no benefit for you. And in fact, there is a risk of exposed to radiation, and maybe you're dealing with the complication of exposing extra radiation.
Right,
Is
I
it
see.
okay?
Okay. So, is there a medicine for this condition?
Uh, uh,
Okay.
as okay,
Okay. Thank you.
no problem.
Good. Mm, yeah, that was very good. I think. Yeah. How do you feel?
Um, Honestly, I'm satisfied, and I think I can. It's I'm feeling improvement,
Okay.
and now I feel that overcome on different tasks and know how to approach in different situation, in different condition, or something like that. But your assessment is very important.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was done well?
Uh, I I'm trying to getting information and knowing about the patient concerns and try to focus on patient concerns and especially based on ethical. I tried to do it and I think that it is good, but
Okay.
it's my
Uh,
opinion.
and it was, and your consultation was structured, and you signposted. You started with gathering information, then made a decision, explained it.
Yes.
Uh, okay, and right. What could be done differently?
Sorry, I cannot
You can't see
your
my
but
page.
yes, exactly.
Uh, uh, okay, basically, what you did was you feel satisfied. What mark would you give yourself?
I think that is better than before. 9 out of 10.
Uh, 9 out of 10. Good. Okay. Uh, okay. So, yeah, what could you do differently to get 10?
Um, I think that more
Hmm.
empathize with the patients, and
Okay.
mm,
Yeah, you didn't actually show any empathy, did you? Did you say, "Oh, sorry, it must be very
no, no,
hard," or
no.
no?
I forgot this. Yeah.
Okay. How about attentive listening skills?
I think that it's good because I try to catch the duration and how often and the pattern of pain. I try to catch this from the patient and try to summarize and get confirm from the patient.
Oh, that is information gathering, yeah, and you did well. Yes, I agree. But you actually didn't ask how long these headaches last, and how severe they are. Are they up from 0 to 10? How would you uh, score that? And you didn't ask about aura, if he has any feelings or any seeing.
Because I'm trying to concise my question.
Okay.
Don't go to a detail for
That's
something
fine.
like.
That's fine. Okay. Now, by attentive listening skills, I mean saying right, okay, and okay, light, and okay, and noise,
Okay.
right. I got you. So you need to say
Hmm. No,
okay. So
it's my weakness.
yeah, when the patient is talking, you shouldn't keep silence. You need to say something. But actually, you might be nodding your head, but it won't be showing on the recording. So because it's not a video recording, it's
Yes,
so
I
you need
know.
to say something. You need to say, okay, right. Uh, Even echo some important words, and he says, okay, and yeah, I can't stand lights and noise. Right, light and noise. Okay. So basically, yeah, you need to show this. Each of these has 10 to 13 points. Okay, so
It's
you
very
get
important.
yeah, you get 10 marks for this one. 10 marks. So together, they're 25 marks. Okay.
Vale.
So then, okay. So you had rapport, you connected with the patient, you asked questions, and then the patient said, I read in the internet, and it says that all the headaches, um, any new headache can be uh, a brain tumor, and that's why I think I need a CT scan. What is the patient's idea?
Request to doing city, and I try to describe the patient. The patterns of your headache is completely different with the patterns of the headache due to the cancers, brain tumor, and for this reason there is no need to do
Good.
a CT scan.
Yep, very good. So you actually you focused on the patient's idea that this pattern. Yes, I understand. They write different things in the internet, but yeah, this is your symptoms are typical of migraine, and it's nothing to do with brain tumor. But yes, some websites just want to be cautious, and that just websites tend to be tend to be telling patients to seek medical advice because they cannot take any responsibility. Okay. Andy, what was the cue here? Because the patient repeated something a few times. There was a word.
Uh, Cancer
Yeah, and
and city.
yes. Okay. So brain tumor and CT. So that was the patient's concern was brain cancer, which you addressed, and you said no, it doesn't look like it is cancer, which is very good. And about the CT, you correctly said that um, you correctly said that it's typical of migraine. It doesn't have anything to do with brain tumor. Brain tumor is totally different from this. And rightly, you said there is no benefit in doing that, and it actually causes exposure to X-rays, which can be cancers, which can cause cancer. Okay, so you did very well. You did everything that you were supposed to do.
Really?
But yes, something that might actually help you is after you summarize, then you check the on the ICE as well, because you know what the ICE was, you know what the patient's agenda was, and it's um, in this case, well, you picked up all the ICE correctly, but sometimes in some cases there is less clarity, so you need to clarify. So after you summarize, you say, okay, so you check with the patient. We call it set the agenda, okay, uh,
Yeah.
when summarizing. So then you say, okay, after you said all that, you don't actually need to summarize the whole history, okay?
Uh-huh.
What you can summarize is actually instead of summarizing when it started and how bad it was and all that, you just say, okay, so let me see if I've got it right. You have this headache for the last 3 months, and At first you thought it's migraine, then you is that correct? Yes. Then you read in the internet that this might be tumor. Is that correct? Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, and you think that you need to do a CT scan to decide whether it is uh, a brain tumor or not. Is that right? Yes, that's right. So basically, you check that you have understood the
The
agenda.
eyes operation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We call it set the agenda. So you actually now this causes the patient to understand that you know what you're looking for, and to understand that you both are now working to get the same result. Okay.
And
Uh,
if in other cases the patient don't clarify the agenda, is need to straight question about the patient's agenda. What
uh,
is your main concern? Is it correct to
Yeah,
say?
we don't exactly use these words. We don't use
Yeah.
ideas, concerns, expectations, but in fact we say, okay, so what exactly are you worried about? So if you don't
Uh-huh.
know, okay,
Okay.
and because sometimes they say some conflicting things, different things that you actually cannot understand why exactly the patient is here. So yeah, you ask for clarification and say, well, what exactly are you worried about? Or um, yeah, for expectation, it's a little bit difficult because if you don't use the correct tone, it might actually sound confronting. Like, okay, um, so if you say, okay, so what do you think we could do to help you? Okay, so this means that what is your expectation? Okay, what do you think we could do to help? Um, or what do you think we could do? And use we.
Okay.
Um, but if you say, okay, uh, so what do you want me to do? No. What do you think I should do? And it means that, well, nothing. Just um, give me what I want. So it depends on how you speak. Uh, so if you say, for example, when you start, you say, okay, right, okay, why are you here today? But if I say, why are you here today? Uh, so the tone is very important. یعنی چی شد دوباره اومدی برای چی امروز اومدی دوباره okay right so basically
یعنی
yes
ببخشید جمله‌ای که what do you think we could do is a appropriate sentence.
yes in a
Okay.
good tone yeah
In a good way.
in a proper tone so what do you
Okay.
think we could do to help okay what do you think we could do to help
Yes.
mm, Right. So, yeah, I think that would probably help you when you set the agenda and then start to work on those. And you just return to them one by one. And you said, yes, you thought that is migraine, and I agree with you. I think it is migraine. And then you read in the internet and you thought it might be brain tumor, which I don't agree because I think some websites are just not accurate. And then you're worried about brain tumor, and I understand why you're worried about that, and I'm sorry you are worried about it. And that is why you're asking for a CT scan, which I don't think is necessary because your symptoms are typical of migraine. And um, if the patient, is that okay? Yes, okay. So then if the patient insists, so why not do a CT scan? You say, yeah, obviously there's no benefit and it actually causes harm.
Oh,
Um, Right, but I agree. It was very good. You did very well. You still have
okay.
mistakes in language, and yeah, exposure, and yeah, if you listen again, you would probably pick up some of them.
Yes.
then you need to work on those.
Yes.
Uh, Regarding the structure and the um, communication skills, I think you get nearly 170 to 175 out of the 200 marks
And
for
it means
communication skills.
B.
Yes, you need the same. You need 180 from language out of 30, so you need about 60% of language, which I think it would be B, yes, because of your performance, because how you perform, it actually makes the language mistakes less noticeable. Um,
Okay.
and basically, yes, your language is at the communicative level, but I would very much prefer it for you to have some general English training because
Mm.
this wouldn't be sufficient in PLAB. So PLAB 2, you soon should do PLAB 2. If you need to do that, you need to be better than this.
Okay, thank you. And I know that in the speaking, there are a different type of. Is about saying bad news about the reluctant patients or maybe the angry patients, and maybe the different agenda between doctors and patients. And another type, there are another type for exercising more. uh, I need to focus on it, and please help me which kind of type, because I try to find a new new style for practice more.
Well, I mean, at this level, we don't have much basically because I mean, with these five skills that you're supposed to demonstrate, um, the cases are very much the ones that you said. You can have a look at the future land, okay?
Okay, I know.
Um,
I'm check
yeah.
with this.
Um, if you check them, you can see. Just quickly read the case note and decide what it is. Just say, okay, it's difficult patient. This one is a special request. A patient wants something. This one is breaking bad news. This, so just write something next to the heading and write what type of communication skills or what type of consultation it is. And you can see, and you will have a database, and you will know that they are very much the ones that you said. Not
Okay,
nothing different. Um, it's very unlikely to give you anything which is to do with management or general practice as a whole, or that sort of thing. Is
okay,
like I don't know, like you need to discuss with a an old person who is not compos mentis, and they cannot make a decision. So you need to check for advanced directives, end of life, palliation, that sort of thing. Or for example, for contraception in younger girls who are, I don't know, 14, 15,
yes.
you need to check their competence. This is not at this level. This is in PLAP 2.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
okay.
Thank you.